And Chinese officials have reached a deal to roll back most of their steep tariffs. They've also agreed to a 90-day pause so they can continue talks to resolve an ongoing trade dispute in the billions of dollars. During the pause, the U.S. tariff on Chinese goods will be 30% and the Chinese tariff on American goods will be 10%. Well, the president says that this will allow for further negotiation on covering that nearly $300 billion trade deficit with China, unfair trade practices, and a crackdown on fentanyl.
Many Americans are concerned about how this will affect what they pay for many products. Right now, we are joined by Dr. Fred Floss, an economics professor at Buffalo State University. It is a pleasure to have you this afternoon.
Thank you.
So Jeff just kind of ran through some of the nuts and bolts, but what are your biggest takeaways from this trade agreement?
The first is that it's good that we're moving back from a trade war, because no one ever wins in a trade war. And what we forget about the United States is that we export the second most amount of goods to everybody else in the world. Only China exports more than we do. So to the extent that the trade war would have happened, we could have been hurt more than other countries in the world.
A lot of economic experts have kind of said, give us a wait and see approach in terms of the tariffs and their real impacts down the road. When do you think we will see some effects from these tariffs, or are we already seeing them from China specifically?
We're already seeing them, and for Western New York, it's not the Chinese tariffs we have to worry about. It's the Canadian tariffs that are most important to us, because that's where the auto workers on this side of the border may end up with shortages because of the supply chain problems that the tariffs are causing. And so while China is important, and we most hear about goods and services that are going to come for Christmas, the reality is, there are a lot of businesses that depend on these imports to produce things in the United States. And to the extent that people don't know whether or not they're coming, will they lay off workers? Do they go ahead and order things for Christmas? This is when you do all of that. The uncertainty is what's really dangerous at this point to the economy. And if we do see a recession, and I'm not saying we will, it'll be because of this uncertainty and this going back and forth that nobody can actually plan.
How about the global financial markets and the stocks? How are they looking after these trade agreements?
I think we need to be very careful about the stock market, because what the stock market's doing now is trying to guess. Because they're looking 3 months out and they're saying, what do I think the economy is going to look like? But with the uncertainty that we're seeing all around the world, that means you're going to see a lot more volatility. So we're going to see a lot more days where the market goes up by 1,000, then goes down by 1,000 or 2,000. And if you're looking at your 401ks, stop.
Yeah, I try to tell that to myself every single day. But as we're seeing from the markets, they are up right now, up significantly after the news about the tariffs earlier today. You had mentioned about Canada, and since we are a border city, let's talk about those Canadian tariffs and what effects are we seeing from those?
Well, we are seeing supply chain problems start, because it's been a couple of months. But more importantly, we're seeing Canadians boycotting the United States. So they're not coming here to go to the malls. They're not coming to our side of Niagara Falls. We forget that we have a large hospitality and leisure section here, and that's being impacted by that. And that is going to have a ripple effect all through Western New York.
And going back to now the trade agreement with China, 90 days now, there will be a lot of talks. Do you think this is a truce that will last? I know you're saying, we're going to have to wait and see and things like that, but is there a side also that benefits more from this agreement?
I think we have to be careful not to overstate trade. It's the big story because that's what we're talking about. But the reality is, if we look at $500 billion of imports in a $26 trillion economy for the United States, or a $17 trillion economy with China, it isn't that big. And so while I think people believe there are going to be these huge impacts, the reality is most of the things that we buy are made in the United States. Most of the things that people in China buy are made in China. It's these other interesting questions, and it's because they're interesting we're talking about them, but their impacts probably won't be as great as people think.
All right. Dr. Fred Floss from Buffalo State University, thank you for coming on in. I feel like I always learn something new, when we're talking to Dr.
Great
Fred over
insight.
here.